From far away, he looked dead.
English tourist Paul is helped to the tower with a very different problem. His friend tells lifeguards Paul is suffering an overdose.
What's up?
Almost instantly, he loses consciousness.
Hey, mate.
The illegal party drug GHB can be lethal.
Just don't want to mess around with this stuff, eh? Because I've heard people dropping dead from it.
He just needs to slip it up. He wasn't sick right as well. He was just
Mate, but like, I'm just looking out for myself, mate. If he drops dead here in front of me...
Also known as grievous bodily harm, GHB depresses the respiratory system. When mixed with alcohol or other drugs, the effect can be exacerbated.
Stay away. We're going to need some guys down here, boys. You right, mate? Stay away for us.
Yes, please, mate. Yes, please.
Paul's lungs could simply shut down.
Just get the defib out just in case, Corey. He's still breathing. He's got a pulse. I've got the oxy on him already here.
We've got a situation in the tower. You got two boys on the beach. Corey's jumped on, so we're all right. Tama's calling the ambulance.
Hey, mate. Looks like he's stopped. Who's with him? That's his friend there.
So, what's the story?
He's taking some GHB.
That's all he's taking today?
Some alcohol.
Lots or not much?
Not lots.
Paramedics try to understand what effect the combination of substances may have.
So, when's he started drinking?
A couple of hours ago.
What's his name?
Paul.
Paul, open your eyes.
They're really close to shore, but
I walked on along the prom and went up the same game, and he started going cross-eyed.
It's GHB for you.
Yeah.
Placing Paul in the recovery position will help keep his airway clear if he vomits.
So typically, this is the way it goes. Paul, you've had a bit too much GHB, okay? You're with the ambulance, we're going to look after you. So his conscious state, typically will just go up and down.
yeah.
He'll be observed. If he doesn't improve, they'll try and work out whether it's just what he's actually taken, what you think he's taken and not something else. As in, but nobody really knows what he's taken because unless you made it, we don't know what's in it. Paul, open your eyes, mate.
Paul will be taken to hospital for blood tests and monitoring.
This is Paul. Paul's not at his best. Come on, just check his hands out.
You're at Bondi, mate? You're at Bondi, okay?
Yeah.
You're in good hands here, all right?
Thank you.
Have you got all your stuff?
He's got it, yeah.
Okay.
Drug use is dangerous at the best of times. At the beach, it can be deadly.
It's not your everyday occurrence. It is very different to a beach water incident. But, as luck as it is, it happened on the land and not in the water.
A beach guy has been found unconscious in Bondi's changing rooms.
Mate, can you call an ambo? Bit of a drug overdose.
Ambulance, please.
The victim is a teenage boy. Lifeguards need to keep him out of the sweltering heat and begin treating him with oxygen.
What do you reckon you collapsed for? Heat, nothing else? Drugs, yeah, what have you had?
Just some speed and pot.
Speed and pot. And this has never happened to you before when you've taken that? No? Must be a strong batch, eh?
The boy and his companion had only met the night before on a train from Newcastle.
We were walking around Central and then it just started getting hot, so we're like, we're going to the beach. But I didn't think it'd end up like this.
G'day, g'day, here we are again.
Yeah, this is a shame.
So had some drugs on the weekend? Yeah. Okay, what did you take? Okay. Having trouble coming down, or?
Oh,
No?
Paramedic Ben checks the boy's blood glucose levels and tries to get to the bottom of what happened.
Was he definitely unconscious, mate, for a while? You couldn't wake him?
I pretty much had to like literally shake him.
Did he wake when you shook him?
Nah, pretty much had to yell at him. I woke him up the last time and he didn't know where he was.
He was taking a drink apparently, and that's when he blacked out and then hit his head on a concrete pillar.
You fell down and you hit your head on a concrete pillar. Right, you got any pain in your neck or anything? No, alrighty. You're all right, mate. We're going to take you up to hospital. All right, how old are you? 14. Gee, starting early. Eh? We're going to head up to the Children's Hospital. It's kind of weird taking a patient on hard drugs up to the Children's, but they're actually used to it.
Sweet.
See you later.
All right.
Bondi, where the city and all its problems meets the sea.
Sorry, guys, sorry.
Jethro is still in his very first year as a qualified lifeguard.
It's the first major first aid that I've gone to on my own. So obviously I was very nervous, but you go into a little bit of computer mode, you know, like textbook mode, and you know you've got a job to do, and you sort of try to dehumanise yourself from it.
She's quite pale, looks like she's been in the water. I don't know if she's maybe gone under and someone's pulled her up.
The young woman is a drug user, known to lifeguards.
She's very unconscious, but she's got a pulse.
Getting out of consciousness.
Just a few weeks ago, she suffered a drug overdose in the women's toilets.
I just rocked up to the patient and looked down at her and I thought, oh no, she's not well. She wasn't responding and she looked dead.
Hey,
get an ambo.
Yeah, can we get an ambo down here?
She was barely breathing and had a very faint pulse, and I've never felt a pulse fluctuate so much. It was going from about 70 and then jumping up to like 140, and it was just weird.
Pulse has now gone up to 120.
Oh my God, that's
123.
That's a massive fluctuation, eh?
It's gone back down to 72.
Yeah.
The woman's irregular heartbeat could be a result of an overdose from an opiate-based narcotic.
Are you losing it?
She's already stopped breathing. Now lifeguards are concerned her heart may soon stop beating.
Then she just had no movement whatsoever. Like she kind of stopped breathing and the pulse just went. We can't find a pulse.
Can't find a pulse, eh?
Mouse, can you get them, mate? We don't have a pulse now. She's just gone.
She lost her pulse, and that was in my head. I got instant butterflies, and I was just going for the thieves straight away, and I thought we were on for a proper resus.
Paramedics arrive on the scene.
Once you hear those sirens coming down Bondi Road, it's like a massive weight off your shoulders. Your heart just goes, oh, thank God, and it's a saviour seeing those guys show up. Her pulse just went as rapid, it just dropped dramatically, it just stopped.
Is she responding at all?
No, not really.
Hardly, just up I swear to God I lost her pulse.
Yeah, like
How do you know you get them out of here? We carry them out in a board or?
Yes, we get a hit up and we can carry her out.
You know, it's serious when the ambos say to you, you know, like, right, we've got to get her out of here. You know, just we need to get off the beach. And when they start calling for backup as well, and that's when you know it's a sticky situation.
The woman is stabilised, but without intensive medical care, she has little chance of survival.
People come down to sunny Bondi Beach and there's a lot of fun and games going on, but for us, we get to see the dark side of Bondi, and things like that unfortunately do happen, and it is a reality down here.
The handover to paramedics is complete, and the young woman is transported to hospital for intensive care.
We did our best, and that's what we're here for, so fingers crossed for the best.
From far away, he looked dead. Buddy, hey. Mate? Hey. Hey.
Rubbing the sternum is one way to assess consciousness.
Hey. Still wasn't responding, so I thought that there was something immediately wrong. Hey, Central, the bloke, he's not very responsive. He's breathing. He smells like he's drunk a fair bit, but I think he might have done a bit of damage to himself. Buddy.
Will can't be sure if the fall caused the teenager to become unconscious or something else.
Buddy, so you saw it just from here?
From there, yeah.
Did he land in between this?
He landed in between there, yeah.
Did he land on his feet or did he land on his... You didn't see that?
I didn't see that. I just saw him jump over when I was walking across the road, so that's when I came and got you guys.
Head lifeguard Hoppo, Gonzo and off-duty lifeguard Harrison assist.
First thing we did is we got in there and just did the sternum rub.
What's your name?
When we found out he was conscious, went through all the checks for spinal.
I reckon he's landed on his feet and fallen on his elbow.
Will's had a look, there's no bleeding or anything from there.
Gonzo and myself worked out that he had landed feet first. That was the best of the worst situation.
Lifeguards are concerned he may also be drug and alcohol affected.
Mate, can you tell us what you've taken? Any alcohol or drugs? Yeah. What have you taken, mate? Just we've got to try and help you out. What have you taken? Heroin?
MDMA.
As soon as we heard drugs were involved, we were thinking it might have been an overdose. How much MDMA have you had?
I was quite concerned. He reeked of alcohol. He'd supposedly taken MDMA, and I don't know how much he'd taken.
How many?
The person at the other end of his phone may have answers.
Mate, I need to ask you a few questions. How much has he had? He's told us he's taken MDMA.
No, he's not. He's just drinking.
Mate,
he's not getting into trouble.
He's not going to get into trouble, but we just need to know because your mate's, he's not in a good way.
No, I wouldn't lie to you. He hasn't taken, from what I know, he hasn't taken any drugs. From a chart.
All right. And then his mate started rocking up. And the situation just escalated. They saw the cameras, they saw the crowds. Hey, is this your mate?
I'm best mates with him, bro.
Yeah, all right.
That's all right.
Just stay there, please. Stay there.
Oh, we just need to know how much is he had.
Watch out, wait. Step away from
At least it's not even a whole one. Not a whole one.
It looks more than alcohol. You're going to be able to get through to it. It's more than alcohol, mate.
Just waiting for him to walk up to the tube.
They kept trying to get really close to him.
Can I please have a word to him?
Mate, he's not responding to us. He's not going to respond to you. They were young, full of grog, and I think, yeah, the emotions just got the better of him.
Lifeguards' immediate concern is that he could choke on his own vomit.
Yeah, I reckon we get him out now. He's had half a bottle of vodka, he's taken an MDMA, and he's in between a parking meter and a wall. So we knew we had to move him out of that position just in case he did vomit.
Just keep him in the shade.
We needed to make sure that he was on his side and had the best chance to not, put that back down into his lungs.
The ammo's just coming down right now.
Half a bottle of vodka. Yep. And he's told us he's had MDMA.
Okay, fantastic. Did he have MDMA?
A gentleman came over to us, saw him jump off the wall.
Jumped? Feet first?
I would assume there's no injury to his head or anything. So.
As a precaution, paramedics use a spinal collar and board.
The whole time I was really hoping that the kid would end up getting them fluids up out of him.
Let's get him out of here, mate.
But if he vomits on his back, it's going to go down into his lungs.
Then, at the most precarious moment, the worst thing happens.
Have you got the airway there?
The teenager's airway is now the priority. The spinal collar must be removed.
Have you got the airway there? All right.
As disgusting as it is when someone vomits, in this situation, it was really good. You knew this kid was getting some of that liquid out of him.
His airway is now safe. At hospital, the teenager will be treated for an overdose and assessed for other injuries.
Taking drugs can turn people into another person. Your friend wanders off, probably thinks he can fly, and falls off a wall.
It's fine. It's all good. He's a soldier.
If we weren't there, he could have choked on his own vomit. He would have died.